Hello. So I just wanted to talk about fats, getting enough fats, a few things actually. So the first thing is getting enough fats and which types of fats work best for you. So a lot of people have a hard time absorbing saturated fats, and probably one of the first things you'll hear on keto or about keto is try to get your fats from fatty proteins like fatty meats and eat all the bacon. And it's not just that. It's sometimes hard to absorb all that saturated fat, and there's a lot of benefits to consuming monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fats as well. But one of the benefits, the major benefits for me at least, is mood support and digestive support. The heavier the saturated fat, sometimes it's just really difficult for me unless I drink a couple tablespoons of apple cider vinegar beforehand. But I typically use coconut oil to fry things in, and then I'll top things with olive oil, and I'll use a little bacon grease, and make a dressing out of it. Getting enough fat, there are so many different things you can do. I recently just made a dairy-free, creamy, MCT oil-based ice cream, and literally my brain worked so well after just so much stress and honestly bad sleep and being in pain, and all of that stuff just started to dissipate, and it was like, this is what my brain wanted. And certain fats deliver differently and process differently for different people. So respect your body and what it's telling you. Mess around with different things. There is no really wrong way as long as you're feeling good and good things are happening. So I encourage you to experiment and hit me up for that recipe. It's really, really simple. I also posted it on my Instagram. Maybe I'll put a link in this description. But it's Tailored Keto Journey if you want to see that. But also you could just use Google for so many recipes. You can do fat bombs. You can make a MCT oil-based mayonnaise. You can use coconut oil to cook your veggies in with some apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar is so good with pretty much any fat to make a vinaigrette. That's one of my favorite things to do. And add some turmeric or rosemary. Super simple and easy. The only thing that I would warn you against is watching out for the bad fats, the processed fats and canola oil and those things that we should all probably know about by now. As far as your approach to keto, I just encourage you to tailor it and continue to do it individually. I have gone through a lot of just different approaches, and it's sometimes so easy to fall into this trap of getting into the dogma and hearing one thing on a podcast and thinking, oh my gosh, I'm doing it all wrong. And it's just, there's no benefit to that. God made us all very, very individual and special, and we have all lived different lives to end up in very different places. We're all born with different needs and deficiencies and sensitivities, and we develop different sensitivities. So just be kind to yourself, and listen to yourself. And when you hear advice, I encourage you to check yourself. Think about what you've done in the past. Think about what you're doing right now, and if you want to change things up, and change things up slowly, maybe one at a time, and see how it makes you feel. As long as you're on an upward climb, and taking notes is really, really helpful so that you can remember and say, hey, this really helped. Just be true to yourself. Feel free to reach out and leave any comments or anything. I appreciate it, and I'm here just to help other people on their journey and encourage them, because I'm here today when I thought that I might not be alive today before, and when I thought my brain would never function again, and I was back.